H-Town, you're watching Texans Today. I am Will Scott. This is another edition of the Texans Today mailbag. Appreciate all of you asking questions on our community page. We're going to get to those here in a second. But first, like this video if you want more Texans content. The more likes we get, the more subscribers we get, the more content that y'all get. So like this video if you want to continue to get more Houston Texans coverage. MAB Squad asking our first question. We appreciate you, and it is a really good question. Do you think the Texans should give Tytus Howard a deal before the season starts? Howard, of course, the starting right tackle on this football team opposite of Laremy Tunsil, and he's coming off arguably the best season of his career last year. It was good to see him be productive, be more consistent. The 2019 first-round pick is going to play on the fifth-year option this year. He had a career-best 67.9 PFF grade this past season, just allowed 3 sacks. And I think last season he showed a lot of improvement. You played him a lot at guard the previous year. That experiment didn't go great. He played, obviously, a lot more right tackle this past year, and he looked really good at that position, or at least a lot better than he has in years past. I'm happy Houston picked up the fifth-year option last year because they kind of took a gamble doing that. Not sure how he was going to perform during the 2022 season, but I do believe the Texans should seriously consider extending Tytus Howard, and we saw the Shaq Mason extension. We saw the Laremy Tunsil extension, so already 2 offensive line starters that you have extended on this football team. I expect Howard to be next. Do you want to extend Tytus Howard, the 2019 first-round pick, and your starting right tackle? Type E for extend or type P for pass down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, go down, chime in. E for extend, P for pass. Next question. Appreciate it, man. What are the chances of getting Marvin Harrison Jr. next draft? Probably not great. You would need Cleveland to be very bad because you still have a first-round pick next year, even after trading your own first-round pick to the Cardinals to move up and take Will Anderson at number 3 overall. That first-round pick you do have is Cleveland. So if Cleveland is very bad, which I don't think they're going to be that good, but I don't think they're going to be top 5, top 10 pick bad. So we'll see what happens. I think Cleveland will probably win somewhere between 7 or 9 games this year, probably be, kind of a mid-range first-round pick, and that's not going to be enough to get Marvin Harrison. But knowing Nick Caserio, he could do something crazy, try to move up next year to get Marvin Harrison Jr. But to answer your question, the chances are not very good. I would say below 5%. Be sure to subscribe to Texans Today for more free Texans videos. We're bringing you Texans coverage here on Chat Sports. Be sure to subscribe if you want to continue to get free Houston Texans videos. MAB Squad with another question. Do the Texans need more linebacker depth? Yeah, you can certainly make the argument, dude, that they need more depth at this position. When you look at this depth chart right now, it's certainly gotten a little bit better this offseason. You got Denzel Perryman, Christian Harris. I'm really excited to see him this next year. You have Corey Littleton as well, but I still believe you could go out and sign a linebacker, and you obviously still have plenty of cap space. Taking a look at some notable free agents, Kwon Alexander, Zach Cunningham, Anthony Barr are all still available in NFL free agency. I really like Alexander. Now, Cunningham obviously played for the Texans. You bring him back? I highly doubt it. Anthony Barr also available. So I would not be surprised to see the Texans make a move here in the next couple of weeks trying to add a linebacker to that room. I do agree, MAB Squad, they need more depth there. Should the Texans add a linebacker? Type Y for yes or type in for no down in the comment section. Should the Texans, and it's obviously been an eventful offseason, they've gotten a lot better, but should they still add another linebacker? Y for yes, in for no. Morco, what's up, man? Can Texans go to the playoffs in DeMeco Ryans' first year? Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't know. I will say this. When I did my record prediction video last week, I went into that video not expecting to arrive at 9-8 for the Texans, but I went game by game, and I'm like, man, this is a gettable schedule. Even some of the games I had the Texans losing were pretty winnable games. So I had them going 9-8. I think this football team is going to win between 7 and 10 games this year, which probably a hot take. But when you look at the schedule, when you look at how much better this football team's gotten, when you look at who they hired as a head coach in D'Amico Ryans, when you look at the staff, this Texans team can absolutely be a dark horse team to make the playoffs. I actually think their best chance to make the playoffs is win the division. That would mean Jacksonville underachieving a little bit. But I do believe, on paper at least, Houston is the second best team in this division. I do not think Tennessee is very good. Hayden C., thanks for the question. Do you think Nico Collins will have a big year? Yeah, I talked about that the other day. I think Nico's going to have a breakout year. He's certainly a breakout season candidate on this football team. And with the departure of Brandon Cooks, he is now your wide receiver one. Yeah, you signed Robert Woods. Yeah, you signed Noah Brown. Yeah, you got John Mechie coming back healthy. Yeah, you drafted Tank Dell and Xavier Hutchinson. But I believe Nico is going to be the top target for C.J. Stroud this year. I expect Nico to have a huge year. I think he can have over 1,000 yards this year. I actually do believe he is going to have a 1,000-yard season here for the Houston Texans, and I really don't even think that's that hot of a take. I think he's got a lot of fantasy value for you fantasy football players. So, yeah, Nico Collins, buy stock now while you still can, because he is going to be very good this upcoming season. Who's going to lead the Texans in receiving yards? Let me know down in the comments section. I'll say Nico. I'm sure some of y'all might say Robert Woods or John Mechie. A dark horse to watch there is Tank Dell. Him and Stroud have already developed some chemistry. Stroud apparently told the Texans to go and get Tank Dell, and that is what they did day 2 of the NFL draft just a couple weeks ago. So Tank Dell's a dark horse there, but if I had to say a name right now, it's no doubt Nico Collins. Zayden, thanks for the question. Will C.J. Stroud be the starter week 1? Very possible that they're not going to name him the week 1 starter anytime soon, but he should absolutely be the guy that we see start for the Texans. You have Stroud, you have Mills, you have Keenum, but C.J. Stroud needs to be the guy here. You've seen Davis Mills. He's not very good. We know what Case Keenum is. He's a high-quality backup in this league, but I think Stroud needs to be the guy from day 1. And we've seen organizations and coaching staffs in the past try to overthink it and try to have the rookie QB learn. He's by far your best option. And the Texans need to start taking the right steps now as an organization to win. They cannot have a bad year this year. They need to be competitive. They need to put a winning product on the football field. C.J. Stroud needs to be the guy week 1 in Baltimore, or I'm going to be very upset. I fully expect him to be the week 1 starter here for the Houston Texans. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/TexansTV, if you want more free Houston Texans coverage.